Fox News makes us fly out and coach and puts us in the worst hotels because they know they're overpriced.
Do you know what's motivation to me? Keeping Chris Wallace on hold.
But Wallace don't know anything about sacrifice. Chris Wallace, tell me the worst
You were keeping
hotel.
me in the penalty box, weren't you, Brian?
A little bit. You know, Chris, to tell you the truth, I forgot you were there, so I apologize.
Nice.
Staring us in the face on the computer
Chris,
screen.
is that the best thing about achieving what you've achieved, and now you have the status you have at Fox? You never stay in bad hotels, right?
Let me just say, and people ask me about the move from the mainstream media, from ABC to Fox, and I love a lot of things about Fox, but they don't spend a lot of money on hotels where they put us up.
Never. I don't know if that happens to you, too.
All experienced that, Chris.
We were at the during the 2004 Democratic Convention in Boston, and they said, well, you're going to be staying at the Embassy Suites. And I went, well, that's not so bad. They said, no, it's the Embassy Suites at Logan Airport. And that was where we stayed. We were staying at the airport, Embassy Suites. And actually, it turned out to be fine, but fancy it wasn't.
Did you just sit on the phone and go, I'm Chris Wallace. You know who I am?
No, I would never do that.
No, Chris would never do that. Do you think that the public cares if Hillary stays at a five-star hotel?
I don't think they care about her. I think that listen, the main point, and again, as I've said before, Brian kind of lurching inadvertently into the truth, is that if she goes down, and it appears that there's a real chance that she could be out of this race after a week from Tuesday, March 4th, there will be books written about the Clinton campaign, and I think it's much bigger than Giuliani, just because
you do.
Giuliani was always, I mean, he ran an inept campaign, there's no question about it, but there were always questions about whether a guy as liberal and as off the mainstream, the main platform of the Republican Party could win that nomination. For Hillary Clinton, who was, a shoo-in, it was inevitable. She was not only the front runner, she was a coronation. For her, if she goes ahead and loses this nomination, it's really one of the extraordinary political stories of our lifetime.
I'm still amazed that her husband laid down that marker. If she loses Texas, she's out.
Well, listen, he said a lot of dumb things in this campaign. Seriously, I think and that'll be several chapters right there. And psychoanalysis about what Bill Clinton did to the campaign, and did he really want her to win, or in a way did he not want her to win?
319,000 for one of the primary stops on rental cars. Between 11 million on ads, 13 million goes to Mark Penn and his company. And so that horrible consulting that he did. Now he also spent 25,000 at the Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas, so the staff can stay there. Meanwhile, she stayed at the Four Seasons. 95,000 at a supermarket in Iowa, leading up to that horrendous showing at the caucuses.
When you read the Iowa story, there are a few things there that jump out. I mean, the rental cars isn't particularly terrible. I mean, maybe they needed rental cars. The food in Iowa, that sounded like an awful lot of money from a deli, but apparently one of the ways they were trying to get people to come to the caucuses was they said, hey, look, it's at 6 o'clock at night or something like that. We'll have food for you. So they bought all of this food and sent it out to the various caucus sites. So people, it wasn't like Bill was sitting upstairs in the Marriott Hotel in Des Moines, drowning himself in hero sandwiches.
What an image I have in my mind of that now.
So that's all right. The Bellagio for the staff sounds a little extreme.
Well, Joe Trippi, of all people, said they stayed at the Ritz-Carlton. They wanted everything the best. They were going to make everybody think that and make it the entire operation look presidential. It killed her.
That didn't kill her. What killed her is that people want change, and Barack Obama, I mean, watching him last night as compared to him in the first debates, he's gotten a lot better.
Oh, yes, he has.
He's deft. It's like watching a prize fighter. I mean, when she wanted to mix it up, he could mix it up. When she went after, tried to bull rush him, he could kind of dance away from her. But she couldn't lay a glove on him.
But some of her wounds are self-inflicted. I mean, she had him on the ropes on plagiarism, and then that one-liner about a Xerox machine, and the crowd booed. She threw one too many punches.
Actually, I certainly agree she threw one too many, but I don't think she ever had him on the ropes. The plagiarism is a dopey issue. I just don't think it hurts him. I mean, it's one thing if it's Joe Biden and you've lifted your life story and it's actually somebody else's life story, but a rhetorical device in which he was quoting other people in the first place and saying, we have nothing to fear but fear itself, just words. You can't plagiarize that. I mean, it's a line. Listen, do you think that she's the only person who's ever said ready from day one?
Fired up, ready to go?
Yeah. Exactly.
Chris,
it's nonsense.
When can we watch it, Chris?
You can watch it.
Is it on twice again? Because I need that double dose.
It's on 3 times.
3 times?
Yeah, I know. I saw it in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's on 3 times. Now, do they ever run your shows on 3 times, Brian?
No.
They can't come to contract terms with us. They've been trying.
Contract terms with me. They said, we own it, we're going to do it, and you'd have nothing to say about it.
That's pretty much my conversations, too.
The contract terms.
Absolutely.
We can do it, and you can shut up.
And as we leave, I have to say this. Here's my prediction. Chris?
Yes?
My prediction?
Yes?
The next big scandal to hit sports and bleed onto your show, the Patriots. I think there's something there. I think this guy's been caught. The New York Times, of all papers, has the story today.
Oh, well,
that is my lead.
Now you got to believe that one.
But I'm telling you right now, he says, Bill Belichick, that he never taped a practice. Now it turns out he's got ex-players saying they tape practices. They've been cheating for 7 years.
Talk about a perjury trap. Chris, thanks very much. We will be watching Sunday. We appreciate the time you share with us.
Get the daily podcast online at BrianandtheJudge.com.